have Vineet Goenka of the BJP as well as Ravi Srivastav, the political analyst, joining us. Mr. Goenka, to you first, of course, politics over Delhi pollution is continuing. We know for a fact that Aam Aadmi Party has been stating that they've taken several measures and results are something that are being witnessed. He's actually going on to say that the levels are improving when compared to previous years. But your party has been saying that the levels are not improving. And you're also speaking about stubble burning, how that is the biggest contributor. So you're saying that Aam Aadmi Party has failed the citizens of Delhi. But just now, our reporter Ishika said that as far as IMD is concerned, stubble burning is not the biggest contributor as far as Delhi's pollution is concerned.
Happy Diwali to you and all the audience who is watching this particular debate. There is an irony, those who decided that they will humiliate, mock Sanatan Dharma and the practices of Sanatan Dharma have been discussing this particular part. Rightly said by your reporter, stubble burning is not the biggest contributor, but at the same time, pollution created by firecrackers is the least in the list of this. What is important is the pollution which is created by the illegal factories in Silampur and Okhla. Having said so, the Aam Aadmi Party government has deliberately decided to humiliate and insult Hindus and Hindu festivals. Let us see 3-4 examples. One, Nani, the grandmother of Kejriwal, he said that in the public platform that she was not happy with the Ram temple coming up in Ayodhya, which he himself quoted. Or you see the example of Rajendra Gautam, one of the ministers who insulted Hindu gods and the way the practices Hindu do. Third is the way the liquor scam accused Sishodia was not even aware of the gender of Lord Dharmantri, who is actually incarnation of Vishnu himself, and called him as to be a Devi Dharmantri. That shows one particular part. They have a deliberate agenda to appease Rohingyas and anti-Hindu forces. They do this. Let me tell them, the carbon footprint which is created by a charter plane is equivalent to more than 8 crore firecrackers being burst. And Kejriwalji flies charter planes every day here and there. So my request to him is, in case he's serious about this particular part, he should take care of this kind of thing. Number two, the pollution created by the petrol bomb not only killed indirectly, but killed directly Hindus. So he did not speak about Tahir Hussein's act of right at that time. So he should speak about that also particular part. And these people should know one particular part. Not only Hindus or all the citizens of India, welcomed Lord Rama's return to Ayodhya the day before yesterday, but also President Biden and his colleagues celebrated Diwali with a lot of pompous and the spectacular display of fireworks in White House also. So I think probably they have a political agenda which we criticize. They should go into the details. They should tackle the problems in Punjab, which they are not doing. They're deliberately hurting us. They're spending more money on advertisement than spending on decomposing.
Right, Mr. Goenka. I'd like to go across to Mr. Srivastav as well. Mr. Srivastav, Goenka is pointing out at how Aam Aadmi Party has been deliberately hurting the sentiments of Hindu and a Hindu festival and so on. Again, the question comes back to the enforcement per se. Of course, there had been ban on firecrackers. Our reporter just pointed out that the IMD is saying that stubble burning is not the biggest contributor of pollution. And as far as firecrackers are concerned, there had been law put in place. There is a strong rule, yet people have been flouting it. So how do you respond to Mr. Goenka's comments, of course, of Aam Aadmi Party deliberately, hurting a Hindu festival, and of course the enforcement in itself? What do you think seems to be the biggest challenge as far as enforcing some of the rules put out by Aam Aadmi Party is concerned?
Radhika, first of all, I would not like to respond to this kind of a statement of anti-Hindu and hating Hindu and Sisodia's mother and Kejriwal's Nani, etc., etc. This is bogus, rubbish, farce. I don't find any place for the practical life today for these kind of comments. Second thing is, the ban on the firecracker was imposed by none other than Honorable Supreme Court. And the BJP member parliament, Manoj Tiwari, went to the court asking for removing the ban, and instead he got slapped. And he was told that he can better buy the sweets from that money, but the firecracker ban will continue. I'm sorry, this is insanity on the part of some people in Delhi who are perhaps the BJP cadres or BJP followers or whatever it is, who is still burning the firecrackers. Even when your reporter was making the reports, there was a sound of some firecracker on the background. So much so, this is the second day of the Diwali, which is the worst, considered to be the worst. And even your reporter and IMD have said that the air quality is not as bad as it used to be earlier in 4 Diwalis. So I think Arvind Kejriwal's 15-point program or 10-point program, whatever he has done, or GRAP2, it is yielding the results. As far as Parali is concerned, is a negligible contributor, 5 to 10% or whatever it is, but even that is being checked. And I want to know why Parali is burnt only in Punjab. Is there no Parali burnt in the Haryana? So why blame only Punjab? And Punjab is doing their best to stop it, and they are trying to do their best to control it. And as far as these firecrackers are concerned, I think it's a pure insanity and insensitiveness on the part of some of the residents who are bent upon spoiling Delhi's climate. I think they are the worst culprits for that.
Right.
It has no place. It has come down in last several years. It will further come down, and we'll see to it that the Delhiites breathe a good air in future as well.
Right. So you're saying there have been attempts made by Aam Aadmi Party, of course, there have been attempts made by the present government to make things, put things under control. Mr. Goenka, would you like to respond to that? What Mr. Srivastava is saying is that levels have slightly improved as compared to previous years. So let's not make it a religious issue, because there have been attempts made by Aam Aadmi Party, and it is not going to see results, you know, within a short span of time. The fact remains that things have slightly improved as compared to previous years, and also going on to say that let's not blame just Punjab as far as stubble burning is concerned.
I would like to congratulate him for attempting to at least answer my particular question. Unfortunately, he does not even have access to Aam Aadmi Party's office because he's a proxy spoker. He may not be knowing what is going on in the mind of Arvind Kejriwal and his cabinet there, or his team there, or in the party there. So probably he's speaking his mind, not the part of Aam Aadmi Party. Let me tell him and remind all the audience who are here. It is a deliberate attempt. They would like to spend money for going to Vatican, or maybe spending money on Hajj house. But when it comes to solutions of pollution, they don't spend money. There are no smoke towers. Smoke towers were put by Gautam Gambhir, our member of parliament. When it comes to the decomposers for the stubbles in Delhi, they spend only 30 lakh rupees on that particular chemical, but they spend more than 80 crore rupees on the advertisements of that particular part. He does the walk Bollywood kind of style, Diwali, where he spends crores of rupees so that people can see him, but does not sincerely think about the stubble burning or the industrial effluents which come out of Okhla and Silampur, which are been, fraternized by Amanatullah Khans and other, writers of Aam Aadmi Party. So there is a deliberate attempt. If you see the list of pollutants, crackers come in the last. They are not even as equivalent to Parali or vehicular traffic, which is there. But yet deliberately to hurt Hindu sentiments, he always speaks this kind of language and comes up to this kind of rules on Diwali and Chhat Puja, where he's not serious about the solutions of this particular part. Let me give you 2-3 examples. Central government being serious, we have introduced Ujjwala scheme, whereby people don't burn wood or coal, and more than 8 crore cylinders have been distributed across the country, and Delhi has been a big beneficiary of this particular part. But when we went to our Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, to give us permission for mass rapid transport system, the Metro Phase 4, he denied.
Right, Mr. Goenka.
So let me complete one part. Let me complete the part. So he is exposed himself by deliberately hurting us, and then we have seen people. This is people who react to you, whether it is Aam Aadmi
Right,
Party.
Goenka. I get your point. You're saying that this is a deliberate attempt by the state government. Mr. Srivastava, quick response from you, because we are once again going to, the religious aspect of it.
Official spokesperson, so that they can respond officially.
No, Radhika, I think Mr. Goenka should know that this is a prerogative of the channel to whom they want to call. He is a proxy for whom, I don't know. But the fact is that I don't want to reply to this Hindu-Muslim bigotry again and again. This is utter nonsense. I repeat, utter nonsense. There is no Hindu-Muslim in this entire thing, and this ban was imposed by none other than Supreme Court. So he has to abide by that, and if he unfollows that, he is in contempt of the Honorable Supreme Court.
Right, Mr. Srivastava. Right, Mr. Srivastava.
So against those who are the violators.
Right. So Goenka, they're saying that this is a deliberate attempt by Aam Aadmi Party to hurt certain community and so on. But the fact remains that the situation on the ground is worse. The AQI levels are increasing, and as Mr. Srivastava had been pointing out, the situation has slightly improved from previous years, but it requires more planning, enforcement and so on, so that this issue is nipped in the bud. But at the moment, of course, as our reporters had been pointing out, the AQI levels have turned from poor to very poor category, despite several measures that have been brought in place by the Aam Aadmi Party, including the ban of firecrackers.